So now I'm going to be showing you what it looks like when you're practicing moving the elemental energies. First, you want to make sure you have done all your stretches. It's good to do your stretches right when you wake up or before you exercise, of course, but it's extremely important as in spiritually exercising as well. So get all your stretches out, especially your leg stretches, because it's crucial when you're pulling in energy doing Tai Chi, when you're doing exercising. Even if you're wearing shoes in a building, you can still pull in energy from your chakras. So your leg stretches. And remember what I told you about your perspective. Your perspective is extremely important. It's the most important component when you're going about anything in everyday life. This ancient path to true mystic supremacy is a lifestyle. It's not like detoxing and thinking you're fine. This is a lifestyle. This is draining out old programs, old patterns that mankind has conditioned you to operate in. So after you've done your stretches, you can go ahead, get in whatever type of stance. I just like to start off the bat, tensing my body, tensing my arms, biceps, my fingers, my palms. Focus on the inner force. While you're doing all this, you can say your chants within yourself. Then you do your breathing. When you're moving the wind, you're chanting the wind. And also, when you're practicing with the elements, everything has atoms. Like I said, nature is intelligence. You are nature, so you are intelligence. With you being connected to nature, with you knowing that you are nature, you can command anything to happen around you that is nature. And it also goes for artificial, but this bending elements is extremely natural. It's nothing like linking into artificial intelligence. So, with knowing that you are nature and that nature is intelligence, all the air is intelligence. Linking into the atoms, programming it to increase, to pick up, programming it to stop, programming the air to bursting flames. Because, see, I am connected to the air. The atoms within me are connected to the atoms that's around me. Because I am linking it to nature. I am nature. That's my perception. That's how you grow in power, in intelligence. So let's do this. There's many factors to consider when you're practicing bending and moving the elemental forces. You can go slow, you can go fast. Say your chants. You can link it to any crystal that you desire. You are intelligence. You can link into any program you desire. The 13 etheric strands that make up your soul has no bounds. It has no limits. And just because you are 9-strand in the physical doesn't mean that this body can be destroyed by jumping into a pool of lava. If you have your body fused with your soul and your spirit, your body will be perfectly fine. That's why it's important to be one with all your higher selves, being one with all your cells, being one with your soul, your body, nature, the cosmos, and more dominantly, the darkness. The darkness makes up everything. We know this. But do we actually know this? This is darkness. This is darkness. You are darkness. Link into anything that you desire. And do anything that you desire. You want to make a dust storm? You want to make a tornado? Make it happen. Move with your inner force. Move with your inner shadow. Move with your venom. Move with your melanin, your neuromelanin. Move with it. Move with the Kundalini energy. And be totally comfortable doing this. I'm in a park full of people. Everybody's looking at me like this guy's crazy. But when you know you have evolved, you don't give a fuck about anything that is trying to keep you in these human bondages. You don't care anymore. You want change. When you are fully linked into rage and fury, you don't care. You want change. So be comfortable doing these things out in the open. Be comfortable in your own path. Be comfortable saying all types of chants. Be comfortable with your soul. Because when you're doing these chants, when you're doing these movements, it's your soul trying to guide you. Nobody is within you. So don't give a fuck about what anybody is trying to tell you, is trying to wrong you or trying to laugh at you for. It doesn't matter. Why should it matter in this war? We are in war. Follow your soul. Follow your body. Listen to your body. Listen to your cells. Communicate with your cells. Be one with nature. And it's as simple as nature. It's simple but complex. All you have to do is remember who you are. Not just remember who you are as a divine masculine, a divine feminine. You can call yourself a deity, a cosmic being, a 9 ether, a 13 ether. But who are you actually? Who are you in the eyes of the cosmos? What role do you play in this war? Why have you come here? What is your purpose? That's a beginning of coming into this deity, Atlantean, Anunnaki perception of life. Like, I know my position, I know my role in this war. Even before any of this, I'm a timekeeper. I'm a timekeeper from another realm on this planet. I know why I'm here. I know what times that I need to go. I know when I need to do things. I know who I am. It's all about perception. You don't have to know your name. Just know where you are in the mix of all this. Actually, know why you're learning the things that you're learning at certain times. Because everything has a purpose. Everything in your life has a meaning. And maybe only half of you will perceive what I'm saying, but make a bridge to your higher selves so that they may tell you what I'm telling you, so that the trees may tell you what I'm telling you. All you need is the right perception, the right point of view. Remember, it's about having a balance of self-awareness and environmental awareness. It's a lot to consider. It's a lot to remember when you're walking on this path, this ancient path. Sometimes you may forget, but it's the reason why we're all in this situation, because we tend to forget a lot of things. Yes, knowledge is infinite. Knowledge is only good if you know how to use it. One should never ever seek for all the knowledge. You only get what you need, and you remember it. Clearly, we all forget some things. We're all to blame. And another thing to consider when you're practicing bending the elements is remembering the sigils. You don't have to tattoo sigils like I did. You don't have to tattoo sigils, but remember to use them. They're important. On one of my stories, my Instagram stories, I was in some trouble with my truck and I needed some money. It was a nighttime when I posted the sigil on Instagram to activate the sigil, and the next day I found $50 on the ground. Not really keeping in mind that something would happen. You know, when you write sigils, when you want something like on a piece of paper, just forget it. And it'll manifest itself. But when you're practicing the elements, you know, you can write the sigil. You can grab a ink pen, or you can grab a marker and just write sigils on yourself. The sigils carry all sorts of purposes. Like for instance, this sigil, it's a symbol for Taurus. This sigil is for Libra. This is for Aries. This is for Gemini. And this is to activate the energies within me. Not activate, but to enhance the energies within me, to operate in full power when that time comes. Then I have some more sigils. One of them is helps me connect to my higher self. I forgot which one. Then I have these little sigils. I have some right here. You can look up sigils for whatever you want, whatever that you need help with. You need courage, you need bravery, you need strength, spiritual strength, physical strength. You want to lose weight, you want to gain weight, you want to gain muscles, you want to grow hair, you want a bigger butt, you want longer fingers. It doesn't matter. Write the sigil. Anything is possible. Your melanin can do anything. It's like venom. That venom can move all sorts of unpredictable ways, just as you can, but even on a grander level. Change your reality. It's time to get serious. I almost forgot. It's a lot that I want to talk about, and sometimes I forget to address certain things. But remember, when you're practicing outside, for instance, you want to consider the atmosphere. You want to consider the chemicals that's in the clouds, the spells that's in the clouds. You want to keep that in mind, especially when you are dealing with atmokinesis or electrokinesis. What I've shown on my videos on Instagram with me playing with the skies. Yeah, but just remember that the atmosphere has to be fresh, has to have the certain elemental energies and the amount of elemental energies in order to make things happen, in order to make things illuminate, like your power. The only reason why you can't see fire coming out of your hands is because of the atmosphere. It's oxygen all around. We never breathed oxygen. It was pure hydrogen. And us being the scientists and alchemists and chemists and mathematicians and whatever you want to call it, we had this in mind before we even came into power. We created a lot of technology and everything that you see now and hear about now before we came into power. It's not just spiritual aspects to consider, but physical ones as well. One of the physical factors to consider is your body. You know, you have to be, physically balanced, spiritually balanced. You have to exercise. You have to get this energy pumping. When you're working out your core, you're working out your power. Not really working out your power, but working out the how much you can you can display in the physical. Like, you have to be emotionally prepared to pull this ancient energy, or you're going to come into a time where you don't know what the fuck is happening, and you're going to mess around and surprise yourself or drown in wonder or freeze up. So you want to be emotionally prepared, and you want to be physically prepared. And also remember, before I depart, your lower self has to meet with your higher self. So don't feel ashamed that you have done a lot of things in your lower self, because this is only making your evolution even better, your story even better. You have to have this balance, sort of your lower self and your higher self. Just like I'm still Kadarian Michael Tarver, but I'm also still Boric Taiji Skafa. It's this balance that you have to have. You can't just find out you're a cosmic deity and your name is so and so, and just try to trash away your lower self. You have to keep that intact as well in order to evolve. And in the middle of evolution, your brain, which is your spirit, has to match the extreme and abundant frequency of your soul, within your soul. It has to match that frequency. Because like I said, your spirit is within your cerebellum, within your brain. And your brain power justifies how much power you can display in the physical. Yes, you are mighty and extremely powerful, but are you consciously? You have to be one with your subconscious. You have to let your subconscious pour this energy into your conscious. You want to have no blockages. You want to have no human bondages. Change the way you see things. Change what you see. Change what you hear. If you have to, change the people that you be around. Change the way you eat. Change the things that you drink. Change the things that you do. Make your own music. It's simple. I can sit here and tell you everything you need to know, whether it's about yourself or it's about what's going on around. I can tell you all of that. But how is that you evolving? How is that you, how is that helping you grow stronger with your soul? Because we're not back here to be reminded of how powerful we are with the elemental forces We're here to strengthen our minds, strengthen our thinking patterns, how we act in difficult situations. Like I said, when we fell, we forgot some things. We forgot a lot of things. We forgot to protect our facilities. We forgot to put up our plasma shields because we were cocky. Because we took in the fact that, yeah, we're the most powerful beings in the galaxy, that we don't really need any protection. We can wipe them out. No. We still have to go by certain precautions. We still have to remember even the smallest things. Everyone's mind is wired differently, and that's a good thing. But we all think on a collective conscious basis. We all think the same thing at the same time. And we have to, if we're gonna be that way, we have to learn to work together more in difficult situations. We have to learn to work with each other, knowing that other brother or sister mind is wired differently, but we have the same end goal. We have the same big picture, because we're all in this together. We're in this situation to work with each other. Yeah, we can be activated individually, but how do we grow as a planet? Because we are the planet. We are the core of the planet. How can we work together? How can we increase our chemistry as Atlanteans? When are we going to stop being cocky? Yes, it's good to have an ego. It's good to have an ego. It's about what you do with your ego. Your spiritual ego is everything. It's good to worship yourself. It's good to praise yourself. It's good to give yourself all glory, all power, all knowledge. But how can we work together more? How can we be more of the ants and the bees? When the wasps get attacked, what do? When the ants' home gets all teared down, what do? Yeah, it fucking sucks. But we gotta get this shit done. And I forgot again, one more thing. It might be another thing. But when also bending the elemental forces, you can also link into the different planets at the same time and be one with the energy of that planet. Let's say for Saturn, you're linking into Saturn at the same time while bending the elements. Or you're linking into all the planets. You're linking into all 13 main planets at the same time. And you're working in this energy, and all 13 energies, because all 13 planets is what made the 13 strands that make up your soul. And then the 9 planets make up the body. Each of the planets have its own ether. We have a strand from Saturn. We have a strand from Mars. We have a strand from Jupiter. We have a strand from Pluto. You have a strand from Haumea, Makemake. Look up the planets. Look up the 13 main planets. It's a lot to consider and a lot to remember when you're in a situation or just when you're practicing. But remember one thing, remember the internal force, remember that inner shadow. Remembering, even your hair, they can shoot laser at them. They can shoot plasma out of them. On one of my videos, I shook my hair and a whole lightning being struck down. Your hair is connected to everything. You are connected to everything. Right now, I'm connected to the atmosphere. I'm charging the atmosphere up. I'm increasing the hydrogen within the atmosphere. While I'm talking to you, I'm imagining the planet in flames. I'm imagining the entire planet in all kinds of flames. Violet flames, blue flames, black flames, golden flames, white flames. And then I'm also keeping the top of the realm into consideration also. Because evolution starts at the top of the realm. So I'm imagining this red cloud on top of the realm, on top of the planet. Because we are on the top realm. We are on the main realm, which is on the top of the planet. Your imagination. And you have to consider this when you're in a life or death situation. When you're in a life or death situation, you have to remember that you're organic intelligence. You have to remember that this is intelligence. This is your territory. You have to remember. You have to remember you are a 13 etheric being. You have to remember that this is the Iron Man. Your spirit, you're in the suit. Your spirit is the commander. Command your cells what you want to happen. You want fire? Fire. You can't see it right now because, like I said, the atmosphere. But I feel it. I know it's there. When your third eye has enough energy, when you work on your third eye a lot, you can see these things. You can see a lot of things. You may see shadow beings on the side of your eye. I'm starting to see them way more now. A lot of them. Especially being in the desert. There's a lot of things that I've seen in this desert. But on this day, May 4th, I'm glad I got this video out on time, of course. It's a powerful day. Today is Star Wars Day, now that I think about it. May 4th. May the Force be strong within you. I think that's all I have for today. I know it's something that I forgot, just like always. Ask me questions, any type of questions. Like I said, we all think on a conscious basis. So it might be one person that has a bunch of questions, and that one person is asking questions for everybody. And with that being said, I can include the answers in these videos. So if you have questions, ask me. It can be about anything. But may the force be strong within you.